Hi, I'm Beth, otherwise known as Bugsy the Knitter, and either welcome back or welcome to my channel. I've decided that I am going to be a little bit more formal with my process, and I have a microphone. So over the next couple of vlogs, it's going to be interesting to see how the sound goes, and hopefully it's better. So I have structure now, or at least until I get bored of it, and then it's going to be anarchy again. So I think I'm going to stop saying so. I will have the following categories that I kind of check in on, different sections that I cover weekly or bi-weekly, not sure about that right now. School started back today. It's July 19th here in Arizona. It's like the hottest heat wave ever. We're all going to burn up and die. That was grim, but that's definitely how it feels. The low last night was 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 41 Celsius, centigrade. So, spirits are low, it's hot, but it's perfect for knitting. Some people can't knit during the summertime. I've never had a problem with that. But yeah, so the structure. I'm going to cover my WIPS, which include knitting, also sewing, cross-stitching, my finished objects, what I've worn that I've knitted, because I think it's cool to see how people actually wear their knits, stash additions, or maybe I'm purging something, books that I've been reading, bike rides that I've been on, things that I've baked, how our chicks are doing, and maybe how our garden's doing if we ever get that going again. So knitting with a little bit of like lifestyle towards the end. So if people don't want to see about the chickens and biking and things like that, then they can just like skip to the end, because I'm going to get so good at this that I'll be able to put the little sections in on YouTube. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So might try weekly, maybe bi-weekly, and see how it goes. But ooh, it's 107 outside right now at 11 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that lovely? And here's the pooper. Come here, pooper. Come here, pooper. And here's one of our puppies. His name is Trimley, and he's adorable. And now Triumph is on the floor, and he's going to be jelly. So I really don't go for terminologies like dog mom and things like that. Look at my little baby. He is about 3 months old right now. Look at these paws. He's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. He's gotten a bit bigger since we got him. Oh, this is funny to see the perspective. So, yes, I will knit with, no. I actually can't knit around him because he wants to eat every single thing in the house. Yeah. Look, he's so chill and quiet right now. You won't believe he had me up at 4 o'clock in the morning barking, needing to go outside. I just want to keep hugging him. Who doesn't want to watch the puppy? Oh. And they call it puppy love. Yeah. See how cute he is. Don't worry, there will not be singing on this channel. Oh, there we go. Great thing about him is he has hair and not fur. So he doesn't shed on me, which is lovely. So works in progress. And now he's all in between my legs. So I got a sleeve done today of the Ripple crop top by Jessie Made. Oh, now he's leaving. And so I really like this. I didn't decrop it too much. I saw that was pretty common, that people were making them a little bit longer. I was trying to stick to the pattern as much as possible, and I'm not sure how it's going to go, and I was good last night, and I actually started sewing in some of the ends, so it won't be so much once it's done. I really like the there's German short rows, but there's 3 needle cast off, and so I really like the structure that gives. So it makes a really nice shoulder structure without actually having to seam it. So love that, because as most knitters, I hate sewing in the ends. So that should be done in the next day or so. Oi! And he's found a bit of yarn. He found a ball of yarn. I saved it. Now it's like, what else is he up to? So I was working on this last week, but I'm at a stopping point as I decided that I did, in fact, not love the sleeves. So I've ripped out one already. And now I'm going to rip out this one, and instead I'm just going to do brown and variegated white sleeves. But I got some fun accents that I'm planning on doing with this aqua color. Which is also part of the variegated yarn that I used, or similar to it. So I've got some fun design thing that I'm going to try with this. This was a mode Rowan pattern. Oi! The dogs. Look, tails. Not from Sonic though. So yeah, so that is in the process of getting, the sleeves are getting ripped out. Oi, oi. Sit. You got such a big face, don't you? Oh, and here's the other one. This is Triumph. Ah. And our antisocial dog is downstairs called Tetley. Should have probably rethought what they were doing during the time. So for Tour de Fleece, I'm still working on this silk hanky. This is now a puppy channel. But I plan on working on that some more today once the baby is home and down for her nap. I did also work today, and I have more work to do later. I have a very weird schedule. Wait, what are you getting into? Stop. I did go to Joann's to try and find a closure for this. And I wasn't successful. I didn't find exactly what I envisioned. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. I think I might just keep it simple and put a couple snaps down here, which is, not the most trendy thing. But I just want it to fasten. I don't necessarily want the fastening to be featured. So I really do need to have a blocking day, which I talked about I was going to do, but Sunday it did not happen. So those are all the those are all the things that I'm working on right now for my works in progress. And yeah, they're having fun down here. So I'm excited to cast on a few new things, but I am trying to get a couple things off the needles, a couple things blocked, and then just massively start making new projects again. So let's see what my next segment is, because I haven't got them all memorized yet, which would be weird. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. So yeah, no new finish. That was awesome. Okay, so now on my stash segment. My stash is ridiculous, but that is something, as I've mentioned before, that I had been working towards building up so that I had more instant gratification, or if I came up with an idea of something I wanted to knit, then I could dive into my stash instead of waiting. But my son and I, we do thrift, and the other day we found 3 bags of fiber, which was amazing, especially since Tour de Fleece is coming on. And then also, I keep seeing written different ways, probably because of the language and how in different languages we invert subject and verbs and things of that nature. I am really bad at sentence diagramming, but I speak good-ish. But so the Tour de Femmes is coming up, which I'm super excited about. I actually didn't get to watch any of the Tour de France today, but I might watch some of the replays later. It was a full morning. So when my son and I went out, because as we often do every other weekend, we spend a little bit of time just one-on-one. And so I saw this, and this, and this in a bag at a thrift store for $3.49, and I purchased it, and I got a veteran's discount, which is pretty cool. So this is not something that I would wear, but I do have a cool idea for a bag that I'm probably going to execute. I'm thinking about either making one of my own designs up, or there is a Debbie Bliss bag that it caught my eye in like 2001. Nope, not 2001. That's really dating myself. 2007. That's not much better, but anyways. So when I was in college, I saw this pattern, and I've been enamored ever since she released her own magazine. So this is from a registered Navajo churro sheep and an Angora goat, which I was a little bit surprised the other day when I found out that Angora comes from goats. I didn't know that, so I guess I lose a fiber card in this fiber world accreditation. But so the woman who spun this is Irene Benelli, and she is a Navajo weaver. And so yeah, it's got her address and everything on here. This is 1.94 ounces, is called sand color, and it's 200 yards. I also got this one by the same woman. And so this is single ply white shell at 2.8 ounces, 200 yards. And I got this one as well, which is Desert Churros Roving, pin draft roving and hand spun, hand woven. This is from Kathleen Sky Tucker, has her email address on here. And so this was rabbit brush dye, which, wow, that's cool. Single ply Navajo churro sheep still, 114 yards, 2.3 ounces, and it retails for $15. So having gone to the Flag Wool and Fiber Festival a couple of weeks ago, which is like a month and a half ago now somehow, which is crazy. I was pretty excited to see these because I still have my roving that I bought there that I've not knit up yet, but I will. And I'm not just going to just keep stacking things behind me. I'm going to put them away maybe this afternoon. And then, so my son is into costuming and animatronics and lots of cool things. So we do go to thrift stores quite a bit to try and like find different parts for his creations for him to modify. And Halloween is coming up, and Christmas too, and Valentine's Day, and so we could really talk about consumerism and capitalistic societies and culture, and how we're like just preparing for the next thing and not living in the here and now. That's a little bit too therapy, right? So I'll stay away from that, but it's kind of overwhelming when you go anywhere and there's already Halloween stuff out. Holiday stuff I understand a little bit more, the festive gift-giving seasons that a lot of us experience towards the end of the year. But because if we want to create things, like I really need to get something on the needles for my mother-in-law, which I'm excited about doing. But whoa! I hate the fact that we're thinking about Christmas and the other holidays that are celebrated at the end of the year. I celebrate Christmas purely for the cultural aspect of it, of being English/American, and the focus on family time. I mean, we do gifts as well, but we do it for more non-religious reasons, more cultural. But so anyways, at that yarn, or at that thrift store, we found, and this was also for like $3. I was like, yes! And I had some birthday money left over, so even though I'm not supposed to be spending any more money on yarn, it's my money, I'll do what I want to. No. Also, isn't it weird how when you record yourself, you realize things? Like, I talk out of one side of my mouth, so I'm super conscious of that, and will make an effort to speak straight. Bet you can't unsee it now. But so I've never gotten anything from We Are Knitters before, even though there was a Tuesday Mornings across from where I live that used to have a bunch of yarn, and I didn't enjoy it while it was there, but they had some We Are Knitters, and I never got any. But so I got 2 balls of this. This is the wool, 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's only got 87 yards, but it is big. So not going to need to knit a scarf out of this for this weather, but snowboarding season is going to happen for us this year now that my youngest one is a bit older and should be able to shred the gnar. I don't know what it means, but I know snowboarding type people say that. And it's in a salmon color. So again, along with some of the things that I got from the Wool Festival, And also the Fiber Festival. Oh, that was weird looking. I'm leaning more towards pinks now after many, many years of wearing blue, and again, reclaiming that feminine identity. And Barbie's coming out, right? So who doesn't love pink? Also, Oppenheimer. I don't think there's too much pink involved in levity and Oppenheimer at all. So, yeah, here are some new additions to my stash, and I'm excited to see what these turn into. I was hoping it was just chunky, but apparently it's like extra chunky or extra bulky. I don't know. Living from two places that have similar but different scales for their yarn, it gets confusing. But this is some big wool, and it'll be fun to knit with. So, thanks for looking at what I've been adding to my stash.